I mean, this defense can be one of the best defenses in the SEC. You know, it's really going to be emphasized that we really have to play together every snap. You know, there can't be any one guy of the 11 who's doing their own thing, and I feel like we had that a few times last year. So just this year, just being able to rally together. You know, we got a couple good guys join us like Blaze. You know, Caleb, Ali. You know what I mean? We got a couple of great guys from other programs coming in who are ready to, you know what I mean, step in. And Coach Wilkes always says that we wouldn't bring them in if, you know, they didn't have our values at heart. So I'm really excited to see what type of people they are on the field and be able to learn and grow with them.
Thanks, Martez. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Martez, you know, you kind of mentioned Green and Evans there a second ago. What do you feel like they've immediately brought to the team that has helped this defense?
I can speak for Ali. One, he's just brought energy, you know what I mean, off the rip. It's kind of hard to be that energy guy, being the new guy in the locker room because you don't really know a lot of people. But he has not shied away from that. He's just been that complete energy guy since he's came in. And, you know, he's just a really fun guy to be around. And then for Caleb, you know, he's a little more quiet, but you can definitely see in his preparation, the way that he attacks every workout every day that I've learned this summer. You know, he's just going to be very special for us. So we're really excited for them. I'm also really excited for Ish Burdine and Ennis Rakestraw, too. You know, like they're going to have breakout years, I believe, too. So it's just going to be a lot of fun to be able to see this defense come together and just play really well together.
When we talked to the coaches yesterday, this defensive switch, I mean, over and over again, coaches talking about you guys having your eyes in the right place and looking at the right thing. And just give us an idea of how things have changed for you and how important it is to have your eyes in the right place in this defense.
Yeah, so last year I would say that the defense, although it was less complex, I feel like I did not have as many responsibilities, you know? And not that this year I just have a crazy amount of responsibilities, but this year we've really taken the time to learn the whole scheme of things. So, like, for example, we've had, like, bus meetings where we, like, did a draft on the defense. The coaches did a draft. They picked, like, 5 players to draft players, and then we had those were buses. So on the buses, every week we would have a quiz, and whoever got the highest quiz got points for their team. So we have D linemen who know what the corners do. We have corners knowing what the D linemen do. You know, from the bottom to the top, everybody in our defense knows like what piece they are of the puzzle, if that makes sense. You know, so it just means a lot to be able to say that, you know, I have a freshman corner who just came here 2 months ago who already knows, you know what I mean, everybody's job on the defense on certain plays. You know, that's something that I feel like I've never been exposed to on the defense, and I'm really excited about what that can mean for us and how special that can be.
Translating that to the field, do you feel like that makes you more flexible, like mid-play,
Oh, yeah.
read and react kind
It
of
makes
stuff?
you definitely play 10 times faster, you know, especially as a safety. A lot of times you're playing off people, so if this person goes to this gap, you got to fit his gap because he made a mistake, you know. So just being able to know pre-snap, like this, I got the end going to the C gap, you know, and then if the end goes to the D gap by accident, you know, okay, I got to take his job. Just stuff like that. Being able to know what people are fitting is something I didn't know last year, and a lot of people on the defense didn't know, you know. So it just means a lot that we have that now.
And you talk about being, you know, pieces to the puzzle. What do you feel like your piece is in this defense this year?
I feel like my piece is definitely leadership, most definitely. Just being there for my guys and, you know what I mean, growing with them and just being someone they can come to and ask questions. You know, I told all the freshmen and newcomers that if they have any questions with the new playbook, come to me, you know. So it just means that much to me. So just being that leadership person and playing, you know, very fast and very professional, I would say.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It's fair to say you're going to play more traditional deep safety than close to the line like you have?
Yeah, I would say this year I'm definitely playing a little more back safety, but then I'm also fitting the box as well too. I feel like Coach Wilkes has found a good balance with me, so I would get a little bit of both.
And in the base scheme, it's going to be more 3 corners on the field instead of 3 safeties. Is that fair to say, just comparing it to last
most
year?
definitely. Yeah.
What does that add? How does that change things?
That adds a lot of speed, you know what I mean, in that slot area where a lot of teams are going to put their fastest guy. So we got guys like Chris Sharon or Chris Abrams-Strain, guys like that who can play that slot corner, you know, and truly be a true run threat. And then we also have another set where we'll take out that slot corner and bring in a true safety for more run fits, you know what I mean? So just stuff like that would be, yeah.
Coach has made it pretty clear, you know, he wants to have more variety of coverages, play more zone than what you guys did a year ago. How does that impact your guys' jobs? What's it do for you?
It does a lot for us. I mean, we can be able to show man and play zone, or be able to know like, okay, in what zones do we have hole shots, and what zones are we exposed to certain things. So just stuff like that, just be able to help us grow, I'd say.
Is this system more complex
Um,
compared,
no, I
say,
would not say more
easier to
complex.
learn?
It's definitely not easy to learn either. It's hard to say. Like once you take some time out and actually, dive into the playbook, it's not that hard.
Uh-huh.
But you got to do that. You got to study. So I would say in spring ball, I was kind of half stepping a little bit just because new coach, new playbook, I was still learning. So now I'm really excited to see what I can do in fall camp because I know the plays and I can play a lot faster.
Martez, we talked to Coach Fletcher yesterday. He said when you were at Rockbridge, you guys had some sort of connection when he was at Tulsa.
Oh yeah, so Coach Fletcher recruited a guy out of Rockbridge, Bryce Banks. He was committed to Mizzou and then went to NC State. So yeah, once he came here, Angie, you know Angie, she told me that she really liked Coach Fletcher. He was a really good guy and still checks up on Bryce and stuff. So that's something I brought up to him when he came here. It was pretty cool, small world.
What's it been like working with him?
It's been really cool. He's a real down-to-earth guy and real smart, and just someone who's, African American who's in a position of success, So just someone that you can look up to, and it just means a lot to be able to have so many African American coaches, in important roles on our defense to be able to look up to and not only learn from on the field, but learn from as a man, So, yeah.
Martez, I'm from St. Louis NBC station. What have you seen in the development of Jelani Williams, and what kind of player can he be?
Jelani can be the most special player. He's truly gifted. He's got the height. He's got the size. He's just someone that I'm really excited to see. Really come out this season and really unlock his true potential. He's had some nicks and dings in the past few seasons, so I'm happy to see a healthy Jelani and just really excited to see what he can bring to our defense and what he can unlock from himself that he may not know is there.
Connor Bazelak talked about there's still kind of this era of chip on our shoulder. People talk down on Mizzou. Does the defense still kind of have that mindset also?
Most definitely. Yeah, it's something that we want to prove, but at the same time, we're not playing to prove anybody wrong. I'm really gonna emphasize playing for each other this year, which is something that I feel like was a great contributor to my amount of success last year. As I always played for the man next to me and not forever me. So I really want to stress playing for each other this year, and once we play for each other, I feel like we'll be truly unstoppable.
Coach Drinkwitz, you're a Missouri kid. He's done great recruiting, Missouri, St. Louis area especially. How important do you think that is to the future of this program, being someone who's from here?
It's super important. It means a lot to see, a coach who's really taking the extra step to get guys who, from home who we should definitely get. In the past, I feel like there's some really big names who we definitely missed, I feel like being right down the street doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. So it just feels good to see him take the extra step to get these Missouri guys who really care about how Mizzou does because, they got family who live in the same state. So, yeah.